Welcome everyone. I'm Jackson Hughes. I'm president of the Carolinas Golf Association. Welcome to our ribbon cutting. We have a beautiful day here in Southern Pines. Happy to be here, happy to see this building get finished, and I appreciate everyone coming here today. I'd like to start out by recognizing a few of the folks around that are important to this area and to getting this building built. First one is David McNeil, the mayor of Southern Pines. If I could get you to stand up. There you go, David. Ron Schmidt, the executive director of the Carolinas PGA. The Carolinas Golf Course Superintendents Association, Bill Kennedy, the president, right here. And Tim Krieger. The Carolinas chapter of the Club Managers Association of America, Clint Wood, president. There's Clint right there. And Jen O'Brien, executive director.
Corinne.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Corinne Grimaldi, the executive director. I'm sorry, Corinne. On the wrong line. I'm sorry. Welcome. The Women's South Carolina Golf Association, Dana Halliday. Dana here. There's Dana. And Jen O'Brien, the executive director. There she is. The South Carolina Golf Association, John Lopez. John here, president, back here in the back. I'd like to take just a moment to thank the executive committee that does a great job for our organization, all the donors, all the volunteers that help put this building together. A heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you. All had a big part in this, and we all appreciate it. Thank you so much. Give yourself a round of applause. I'd like to introduce the executive officers of the Carolinas Golf Association. Lawrence Hicks, our vice president. Gene Spencer, secretary. Dan O'Connell, treasurer. Dick Dosick, our past president. Charlie Lynch, our general counsel. And Jack Nance, our executive director. At this time, I'd like to ask Mayor McNeil if he would make a few comments, please.
Thank you, sir. Well, first of all, a very special welcome to President Hughes, Executive Director Nance, other CGL officers, board members, and staff, the association presidents that were introduced, Kelly Miller and the Bell family, and special other and distinguished guests. I also would like to recognize a few other people there. I'd like to introduce our town manager, Reagan Parsons. Reagan, please stand, be recognized. Also, Kayla Miles, our executive director of the Convention Visitors Bureau here. And a colleague of mine, our mayor of Aberdeen, Robbie Farrell. Robbie, would you stand? You know, tomorrow may be the Super Bowl Sunday across our great these United States, but today is a Super Saturday in Southern Pines and for the game of golf in North and South Carolina. And on behalf of the town council, our town staff, and most importantly our citizens, Southern Pines is proud to participate in the celebration today, marking the grand opening of the Carolinas Golf House, an extremely nice addition to our town, as you can see. The tagline or slogan for the Pinehurst, Aberdeen, and Southern Pines Convention and Visitors Bureau is Home of American Golf. And for over 100 years, these pine trees that you see around have welcomed people from all over the world to experience the game of golf here by both playing the game and watching others in major amateur and professional championship settings. You know, in Southern Pines and Pinehurst and Aberdeen alone, there are more than 24 golf courses here, and our corporate boundaries reflecting the area's commitment to the sport, and more courses as you expand out into other areas of Moore County. And as the Carolina Golf Association continues to protect and preserve and grow the game of golf, you are strengthening not only the game of golf, but also an important cog in our local economy. and the other local economy and other golfing communities in both North and South Carolina. So on behalf of the town of Southern Pines, we'd like to congratulate everyone who was involved in turning this vision into a reality, and thus making the intersection of Highway 1 and 2 in Southern Pines your new address. Welcome home.
Thank you, David. That was great. Couldn't help but notice that Mrs. Bell just pulled up right here. I'd like to have a round warm applause for Mrs. Bell. Thank you. I'd also like to recognize the Pine Needles Resort and Kelly Miller and all what they've done to help us with this facility as well. A little bit of history. I won't be long here, but a little bit of the history of the offices for the Carolinas Golf Association. As most of you know, it was founded in 1909 and in Charleston, South Carolina, and then in the 20s and the 50s, the offices were really run out of people's homes, and then in the late 60s, there was offices over at the Pinehurst Country Club. Then in 1971, it moved to Clemens, North Carolina, to the Tanglewood Golf Clubhouse, and it stayed there until 1991, when the Carolinas Golf Association purchased a building over in Seven Lakes, and has been there till September of last year, when we opened the doors to this new facility. It was so after 105 years, it was the first building that we built. The name Carolinas Golf House, interesting note, the United States Golf Association owns the name Golf House, and they've given us permission to use Golf House so long as we use the word Carolinas in front of it. So we're thrilled to have that name. And one other thing I'd like to mention is when you walk through the building, you'll notice the first room right behind me that you go through is our museum, which is empty at the moment, which will be part of our phase 2. So little explanation for that. Anything else, Jack? I think we're ready to do some ribbon cutting. So Mary McNeil, I'd love to get you up here and the rest of the gang, and let's do some cutting and open up this house.
On the feet, remember? Isn't that right? One, two, three. All right. Good job, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. Good job.
Thank you again for coming. Everyone's welcome. We'll have an open house till 6:30 tonight, and then we'll start our annual golf night in the conference center right next door.